You reach for that little plastic cup every single morning, convinced you are making the ultimate virtuous choice. It's got the word probiotic splashed across the front in a clean, medical-looking font. It's got pictures of fresh fruit. It's marketed as the cornerstone of every weight loss ad you've ever seen. You eat it, you feel like a health influencer for 10 minutes, and you wait for your digestion to reset and your waistline to shrink. But instead, by 11 a.m., you're starving. By 4 p.m., your energy has cratered, and when you look in the mirror, that stubborn midsection hasn't budged an inch in months. I am here to tell you that for a woman over 35, that healthy morning yogurt is often the single biggest metabolic trap in your kitchen. It is a wolf in sheep's clothing that is quietly sabotaging your progress, spiking your insulin, and keeping your body in a state of chronic, low-grade inflammation. Before you take another bite, I want you to perform a quick diagnostic check to see if your healthy breakfast is actually fueling an internal fire. Stand up right now and press your hand flat against your belly, right between your ribs and your belly button. Does that area feel like a soft, yielding pillow? Or does it feel tense, resistant, and firm, like you're pressing against a basketball? If you felt that basketball resistance and you've been starting your day with yogurt, you are likely caught in the yogurt trap. Today, we are going to dismantle the marketing myths of the probiotic industry. I'm going to show you the 3 hidden ways your morning cup is sabotaging your hormones, why fat-free is actually a fat storage signal, and the exact 3-step metabolic cleanse you need to follow for the next 30 days to finally unstick the scale and soften that belly. The first pillar of the trap is the hidden sugar avalanche. We've been conditioned to think that if it's in the dairy aisle and says probiotic, it's healthy. But have you actually looked at the back of the label on a typical fruit on the bottom or flavored yogurt? Many of these cups contain 15 to 25 grams of sugar. That is 5 to 6 teaspoons of sugar in a single serving. When you eat this on an empty stomach first thing in the morning, you aren't feeding your gut, you are hitting your pancreas with a sledgehammer. Your insulin spikes to the ceiling to deal with that sugar. And because insulin is your primary fat storage hormone, it immediately locks the doors to your fat cells. You have effectively shut off your ability to burn fat for the rest of the morning. You've traded a probiotic for a metabolic shutdown. The second pillar is the casein chaos. After age 35, as our estrogen levels begin to fluctuate and decline, our gut lining becomes significantly more sensitive. Most commercial yogurts are made from A1 cow's milk, which contains a protein called A1 beta-casein. When your body breaks down this protein, it can create a compound called BCM7. For many women in midlife, BCM7 is highly inflammatory. It slows down your digestive conveyor belt, leading to that 4 p.m. bloat we've talked about. And it can even trigger the brain fog that makes you reach for more caffeine and sugar by mid-afternoon. You think you're helping your microbiome, but the A1 casein is actually irritating your gut lining, triggering a low-level immune response that keeps your basketball belly firm and inflamed. The third pillar is the fat-free fallacy. This is the most damaging lie of the 90s that still haunts the dairy aisle. When a company removes the fat from yogurt to make it light or low-calorie, they lose the texture and the flavor. To fix it, they add thickeners, gums, and, you guessed it, more sugar or artificial sweeteners. Fat is actually what slows down the absorption of sugar. When you eat a fat-free yogurt, the sugar hits your liver instantly. Furthermore, your body needs healthy fats to produce the very hormones, like progesterone, that keep your metabolism running smooth. By choosing fat-free, you are starving your endocrine system while overfeeding your insulin. So, how do we fix this without giving up the benefits of fermented foods? We need to change the signal. We need to move from inflammatory growth to metabolic flow. Here is your 3-step, 30-day protocol to escape the yogurt trap. Step 1. The dairy audit. For the next 14 days, I want you to remove all A1 commercial yogurts from your diet. No light cups, no fruit on the bottom, and no probiotic drinks that come in a bottle. We need to clear the BCM7 inflammation and give your gut lining a chance to heal. If you absolutely cannot live without your morning creamy texture, you have two choices. Switch to a high-quality, plain, full-fat A2 Greek yogurt or goat sheep milk yogurt, which doesn't contain the inflammatory A1 protein. Or, better yet, switch to a plant-based, unsweetened coconut yogurt. Coconut fat contains MCTs, medium-chain triglycerides, which your liver can actually use for immediate energy rather than storing as visceral fat. Step 2. The protein buffer. You must stop eating yogurt or any carbohydrate as a standalone meal. From now on, your breakfast must be anchored in protein. If you're having A2 or coconut yogurt, you must add a scoop of high-quality collagen peptides or a clean protein powder. We need at least 30 grams of protein in that first meal to stabilize your blood sugar and signal to your brain that the survival mode is over. This protein buffer prevents the insulin spike, keeps you full until lunch, and provides the amino acids your liver needs to process the basketball fat. Pair this with 45 minutes of Zone 2 walking 4 times a week. This steady movement uses the energy from your breakfast to fuel your muscles rather than feeding the inflammation in your gut. Step 3. The microbiome upgrade. Instead of getting your probiotics from a sugary cup, we're going to get them from clean fermented sources that don't trigger insulin. I'm talking about a tablespoon of plain sauerkraut, a small serving of kimchi, or a splash of unsweetened kefir. These sources provide a much more diverse array of bacteria without the sugar fire hose. When you introduce these clean ferments, you're not just adding bacteria. You're adding metabolic instructors that tell your body to lower inflammation and improve insulin sensitivity. How do you know it's working? You'll feel it in the texture of your week. Every Sunday, perform the press test. As the casein inflammation subsides and your insulin levels drop, that basketball under your ribs will start to feel more like a pillow. You'll notice that your 3 p.m. crash disappears, and your skin, remember those skin tags, will look calmer because you've stopped the growth signal of the morning sugar spike. Please remember, this isn't about being perfect. It's about being functional. Your body is a highly responsive system. If you give it A1 casein and 25 grams of sugar at 8 a.m., it will respond with inflammation and fat storage. If you give it A2 protein, healthy fats, and clean movement, it will respond with energy and repair. If you have a known dairy allergy or severe digestive issues like SIBO, please consult your healthcare provider, as even healthy ferments can sometimes cause issues in an imbalanced gut. You've been told that yogurt is the safe choice, but your body has been telling you otherwise every time your jeans feel tight by noon. It's time to stop listening to the marketing and start listening to your biology. Swap the trap for the reset. Tell me in the comments, do you have a healthy yogurt in your fridge right now? And when you did the press test just now, was it a basketball or a pillow? I'm here to help you navigate these swaps. If this video helped you realize why your healthy diet hasn't been working, hit the like button and subscribe. In our next video, we're going to talk about the muscle waste crisis and why your daily cardio might actually be making you skinny fat after 40. Don't let a plastic cup stall your progress. I'll see you in the next video.